Android Authority, what is going on? My name is Kevin the Tech Ninja, and today we are starting a brand new series called Android One-on-One. And on this first episode, we're going to cover the very basics of Android. Right when you turn your phone on, setting up your Android device, and I'm showing you a few things on the interface so you can better understand the phone. So if you're brand new to Android, I want to welcome you to Android Authority and welcome to the world of Android. If you had Android before and you want a refresher, well then good for you too. All right kids, put on your learning caps, because we're going back to school. Alright, so as I said in the intro, this is the basics of Android. We are starting back at square one. So first, let's understand what Android is. Android is an operating system based on the Linux kernel. Android is not a phone, nor is it an application. In the most simplistic way I can say this in regards to a phone, an operating system is where all of your phone functions live. Your calls, your texts, your applications, anything that you input onto your device is going into the operating system. The operating system is processing that information and putting it into a readable format. Android operating system versions have code names as well. So you may hear someone refer to Android as Jelly Bean or as KitKat. That's just the name of the current version of Android you're on. It still has a number associated with it, whether it's 4.2 or 4.3. The major manufacturers of Android usually has a skin on top of the operating system, which some will argue enhances the current version of Android. These skins all have different names, but still, under the skin is running a version of Android. Don't let the names like TouchWiz, Sense, MotoBlur confuse you. It's all Android. Alright, now that you know what Android is, let me show you how it works. Before we begin, these steps I'm showing you are on an Android device that does not have a skin. If your phone has a skin, it may look a bit different, but the options and the settings will be similar and you should be able to still follow along. The first step we will do is select our language. Select the arrow or the play button to continue. At this point, we are able to select the Wi-Fi network. If you are near a Wi-Fi area, I do recommend that you actually connect to it, because during this wizard, it's going to pull down all of your Google information, and that can take up a lot of data and time. Select your Wi-Fi network and type in your password. The next step, ask if you have a Google account. If you use Gmail, the answer is yes. If you don't have a Google account, I recommend making one at this point. The way that Android works is centralized around Google, so all of your emails come through, calendar, pictures, and also applications. If you ever did get a new Android phone or you wiped your current phone, it's going to pull that information back down for you. If you don't have an account, there's nothing to back up to, and pretty much you can lose all of your information if you get a new phone. You can set this up on your computer or even your phone directly. Since I have an account, I will select yes, and then I'll enter my email address and password. Now, a quick thing for the keyboards. To access the numbers, press the !123 button on the bottom left. And to return back to the normal keyboard, press the ABC button in the exact same location. Once the password is typed, proceed to the next step. Now we are at the Google Services screen. This screen lets you set a few options. The first option of backing up your information like downloads, contact information, and restore is if you had an Android device that's backed up already, then this will restore it. Now, depending on who you are and how you feel about security, step 2 and 3 is a decision you need to make on your own. Now, if you have location turned off, a lot of applications that use the surrounding area around you may have issues. Like if you're on the Yellow Pages application, it has a feature where it searches around you. Also Maps and Google. When you do a Google search for a store, it will show you the closest ones to your area. Now we can name our phone and you can personalize it. If you're logged in with your Gmail account, it should have the first and last name you have on your Google account. This part of the wizard explains one of the most useful features that has came to Android in recent years, Google Now. In the next 2 slides, it explains what it is in somewhat vague detail. It tells you information as you need it based on activities. It tells you your weather location for work, home, or current, and also where you plan on traveling. It brings in sports scores for teams you care about, and also news and information on things you've recently searched. It gives you traffic information on your commute to and from work. It's pretty much a hub of information that is all in your phone, ready when you need it. Now we are at our home screen. This is called the launcher. At the top, we have our notification bar. This shows us any of our notifications, and also it shows us our status icons like Wi-Fi, signal, and battery and time. We can use our finger and drag the bar down to see what these icons actually mean. A lot of these notifications can be swiped away, or you can press it to access the application that it corresponds to. In this notification bar, you can access some quick toggles. These toggles depends on the version of Android and skin you are using. Some toggles may be visible, but other phones may require you to press a more button. You can simply press icons to launch different settings. As always, this depends on the version of Android you're using. So I understand when people say the fragmentation in Android make things difficult for some people. Yes, their settings are in different places depending on your phone. At the bottom of our device, we have our docked icons. These are icons that will follow you on your home screen. These should be applications that you access the most, and no matter what home screen you're on, they're going to be visible. To move between your home screen, just swipe your finger to the left and to the right. When you reach the end of the screen, it will no longer go to the next screen. Also, there are corresponding dots to show you which screen you are currently located on. Press the home button to return back to the main screen. The home button on Android looks like a little square, but some devices have a physical button, and that could be a circle, it could be a square, it could be a rectangle. It just depends on the phone, but it should be located on the middle bottom part of your device. To launch an application, simply press on the application with your finger. This will open the application up and you are now in this program. To get out of it, go ahead and press on the home button, or to go back to the previous screen, press on the back button. Okay, this concludes the initial part 1 of Android getting started. We just went through setting up for the very first time and also general navigation through the home screen. As I said before, depending on what version of Android you are running and also which device it is, it may look a little bit different, but pretty much they all have Android underneath the skin and it should operate the same way. Once again, guys, my name is Kevin, the Tech Ninja. I want to wish your family a happy holidays, no matter what holiday it is, and also a happy new year if you're watching this video when it was first posted. And that is it, guys. This is Android Authority, your source for all things Android. You can find me on YouTube and on Google+. Take care, guys.